Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man PS4 and a few topics here about Mysterio and Iron Man and other stuff that has been revealed and kind of theorized over the last few days. Now before we get into this video, drop a like, let's get 100 likes, I know we can do it, and let's get right into this. So the first one is Mysterio. Now Mysterio has been, I guess you could say, speculated to be in this game because of what happens with Shocker and his type of side mission. Now with Shocker, he basically broke out of prison because a guard let him escape and gave him back his costume while he was under some type of trance state and his eyes were glowing. And this can easily be Mysterio, just making an illusion on the guard and making him, of course, break out Shocker. Now the, of course, description that the police officer gives doesn't really fit with, of course, any of the other villains that we have so far, unless the main villain that we haven't seen right now is the person that, of course, can have that power. But it's rather Mysterio, or it's a new villain that we really just don't know. And I'm putting all my money on Mysterio right now. He seems most likely he's going to be in the Spider-Man sequel. A lot of people really want a good boss battle with him in the Spider-Man games, and we really haven't had something super tremendous and something to write home about, and we are going to be waiting for that in this game. And of course, they're bringing out all the stocks, they're bringing out all the absurd villains, all the crazy villains, they're bringing the Sinister Six, bringing in Mysterio would not be that big of a shocker. And as a matter of fact, having Shocker in there is more of a shocker than having Mysterio in there. Why would you have Shocker in there as a main, as a bigger bad guy who's being presented more as a bigger bad guy than Mysterio? You know what I mean? I just think that Mysterio is going to be in this game. It really does make sense, and if he's working with, of course, rather the Sinister Six, or he's going to be, of course, just on his own, it's going to be very fun to see what he's going to be doing. And I hope that they introduce more villains and maybe even more team-ups of other Spider-Man villains that can actually kind of rival the Sinister Six. Like, who's going to get Spider-Man first, who's going to kill him first, or who's going to, of course, capture him first and then, I don't know, unmask him. You know, it would be very interesting to see what's going to be going on. And it seems like there's going to be more than just the Sinister Six going after Spider-Man. If this is the case, we could have like Sandman on one of the teams. I mean, we could have Doc Ock on one of the teams. It would be very cool to see what they can do, and I'm very interested to see what Insomniac has planned for these villains. And there's going to be way more, apparently this isn't even apparently these villains that we've seen so far aren't even scratching the surface. So I mean, who knows what else we're going to be getting. These are just the villains that were in the prison and when, of course, Spider-Man was there. So we're going to have to wait and see what other villains are going to be revealed throughout the game, and what other ones we can possibly unlock as well. That would be very interesting to see. I know we're probably not going to get Venom or any symbiotes, so don't expect that, but we're certainly going to be getting more obscure, fun Spider-Man villains, and maybe even a little bit more cameos as well, like, of course, Iron Man. And a lot of people are saying that Iron Man is going to be in the game. Now, I believe that he will be in the game, but for one reason only, and that's the Avengers Tower. I think he's going to be flying in and out, or like different types of like Quinjets or stuff is going to be flying towards the Avengers Tower, and of course disappearing behind it. I just think that's going to happen. It seems most likely, and I think it would actually make the city more alive. And the fact that there's airplanes flying around too, a Quinjet or like a little blob of I guess you could say thrusters flying through the air would not be that big of a shocker. And it could be at night too, where you could actually see Iron Man flying. That'd be cool. But a lot of people are saying that he's actually going to be the guy at the end of the demo. No. That makes no sense. This is a bad guy. The guy in the end of the trailer for the E3 demo, that's certainly a bad guy. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If it was a good guy, why are the bad guys just standing there and all looking up at him? Not to mention the fact that this is the Sinister Six. There's 5 members behind Spider-Man. There's supposed to be a 6th member. The 6th member just showed up, and that's why the other villains are not running away. Why would it be Iron Man? It makes no sense. It's not a hero. It's not an ally. And I think we kind of have to accept that. Of course, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty much confirmed that that's a villain, right? If I'm not wrong. I could be, but I'm 100% sure that it's not going to be Iron Man or, some random ally who can fly. But, we can get more Easter eggs and stuff. I mean, we already got to see, I forgot what the thing is called. Of course, it's Doctor Strange's main building in New York. And, of course, we've heard about the Wakanda Embassy forever. So we can really get a huge universe here with cameos all around. And I don't think a lot of people would be upset about that. I think the cameos need to be small. I don't think they need to be like on the story level. I don't think they should be connected to the story at all. If they are going to be in the game, like Iron Man and Daredevil and you know, all these other characters, I think that they should just, of course, be small side missions. I don't think they should be like massive plot lines in the story. It would really just take away from the character Spider-Man, of course, and I think that it would just kind of ruin the story that Insomniac is trying to make for the character, which is a more personal story about, of course, Spider-Man. And having Iron Man or having, you know, Daredevil pop up out of nowhere in the main story, I think would really distract from what Insomniac wants to do. And if it's in a side mission, I think that's completely fine. If it's in a DLC, I'm 100% okay with that. So just, you know, Iron Man or Daredevil, I'm 100% okay with either. If you want to do the Doctor Strange thing, that would be pretty cool too. I mean, they open up so many possibilities with all these different Easter eggs and references and stuff like that, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to be really pulling out of the Spider-Man game. Like, are they going to be setting up different superhero games for this? I mean, it seems like they're already setting up the Avengers. Not setting up, but even that huge, I mean, the Avengers, that's a huge reference. That's a huge reference. This is a new Marvel universe, and they can easily create a Marvel gaming universe if they wanted to. And having individual games for each of these characters would be very interesting to see as well, if they want to go that route too. A solo Black Panther game would be very weird to see, but I think it would be pretty fun. Or a solo Iron Man game is completely possible. You just got to do it right. You know, you got to have the right villains, you got to have the right ideas for it. You know, it can't be that hard to make an Iron Man game. And, you know, Hulk, he already has a few and stuff like that, and I really do think that it is possible to make these games out here and to make these characters a little bit more established in this universe than what they're already doing. I mean, the open world is huge. I don't know how many side missions we're going to be getting. I think we're going to be getting a lot. I think this game is going to be like the God of War of the Spider-Man games. Of course, the previous Spider-Man games weren't the best. You know, some of them were good, but of course, if you try to say that Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 were anywhere near the quality that Spider-Man PS4 is looking to be, you're insane. If you think that Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube was the quality of this, I mean, you can say it's good, but the story wasn't that good. And of course, I gotta say it, the web swinging was great, but besides that, that's really all the game has for it. I mean, the movie's great, yeah, but I mean, yeah, the story's fun if you take it that way. But if you really want to look at it from a critical point of view, it's really not, in comparison, that great. And if you really want to go into this game thinking that it's going to be the best Spider-Man game ever, that's completely understandable because it's shaping up to be. It's such a huge, vast game. It's looking to be like the Arkham Asylum for the Batman games. Something that actually makes it completely groundbreaking in the gaming industry, and not only the gaming industry, but the superhero industry, like Arkham Asylum was. And of course, they've already admitted that they've watched the Arkham games. They've already admitted all of that. I mean, of course, this is based off of that. But I think this is a good thing. That's a really good thing for the superhero franchise. Having that base combat system, I think that's very, very smart. And if you don't have something like that for this type of genre, which it should be, I think that, you know, these developers need to start getting with the times with these superhero stuff and start being a little bit more creative with these superheroes and start making more video games that isn't Batman and Superman. And if they could get the other superheroes down with the combat system, I think from there on they could actually make a pretty phenomenal game, and it would be possible and it would be very fun. And I really am excited. I really can't wait for this game. I know everybody else is, and I really can't wait to see what Insomniac is going to be bringing to this type of industry and this type of gaming scene. And I hope that whatever they're bringing is going to be something very immersive, very different from what we've gotten in the past, and I really hope that it's going to be fantastic. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit different, a little bit longer, a little bit more interesting. You know, it's time to get with the times on YouTube, and we're going to be doing a lot in the future. I have to say this now, I'm going to be doing Flash videos. It's a big thing, you know. It's not new on my channel, but it certainly is something that got me a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers, and I think it's time to bring it back. I think it's time to bring it back. I'm going to be making a very critical video about Season 4. I put myself through hell last night watching Season 4. And you're going to get my thoughts about it very soon, but you know, when July comes around, expect a lot of Flash videos in terms of theories, just in terms of a lot of stuff, in terms of news. I have to keep adding stuff to my video gallery, and I want to keep, you know, pushing out more content for you guys, any means necessary. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more YouTube videos in the future, every day from now on. And I'll see you guys in my next video.